Hey everybody, this is Alchemisted, and sorry if you hear my mic. I'm holding it right now. I'm not actually wearing it. I'm still setting up to record today. Um, but I did want to make a quick vlog talking about some of the things that have been going on, because some of them, there's a couple things going on that might affect the channel and the videos upload. So first of all, I'm gonna start off with the reason why I have not really um, been around very much is because I've been busy jumping through various hoops. Because I have a new job, so I've been doing tests and getting the paperwork and getting myself vetted for this job. And I recently just started, so that's been something I've been focusing on the last month or so, is getting through the mountain of paperwork. Like they literally sent me like this book I had to fill out practically, um, and it's not a bad job. Basically, like I go in. Basically, there's like one day you go in, and then like the rest of the week it's basically as needed. Like you show up for a couple hours, do what needs to be done, and then off with you. You know, you go off and you fill out reports at home, and it's not a bad job. Not a bad job at all. So that is something that I've been focusing on. I've also been playing a lot of Peace Walker and Shadowrun Returns. In fact, I'm going to take a moment to give somebody a plug. There's a guy on the Steam Workshop named Lockjaw. Lockjaw made a module for Shadowrun Returns. I call them modules because you know it's for like a Shadowrun Returns is a tabletop, or Shadowrun is a tabletop game. Shadowrun Returns is based on it, and just constantly calling them UGC just kind of feels alien to me, you know. So he made a module for Shadowrun Returns called Nightmare Harvest that I've been spending a lot of time playing. I actually think it's in some ways better than the official campaign that comes with the game, Dead Man Switch. He does a lot of really creative stuff that is very Shadowrun. Like, for example, having to do legwork and having to like investigate places before you go into them, so you know what you're up against. Lots of stuff like that. Really good stuff, and I really hope they do more, because Nightmare Harvest is fantastic. And if you get Shadowrun Returns, which I recommend you do, Shadowrun Returns is a fantastic game. Get Nightmare Harvest. Do yourself a favor and get Nightmare Harvest, because Nightmare Harvest is fantastic. It is the most fun I have had with this game since I first got it. Also, they just released their most recent DLC, Dragonfall, and this is why it's taken me so long to get through Nightmare Harvest, because what I decided to do, because I'm an idiot, is I decided to play through some modules, some UGC. I hate that name, for Shadowrun Returns. Stuff like Silver Angel, which turned out to not be finished and really frustrating. Stuff like Life on a Limb, which turned out to be very buggy and not very fun. And then I started playing Nightmare Harvest, so that I can make a character and stay through that character through Dead Man Switch into Dragonfall, so I could play my character. You know, because I could use a generator to recreate my character that I beat Dead Man Switch with, but I don't like doing that. You know, I don't like just like going over and saying, all right, give me like 250 karma, and like get like 100,000 so I can like buy all the equipment I had. I don't like doing that. I want my character. I want to carry my character through. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm almost halfway through Dead Man Switch right now. Almost, not really. kind of reaching the end of the first act of Dead Man Switch. You're breaking into this. It's kind of like a 3-act story, and the end of the first act is basically you're breaking into like this airport at night, and you're being ambushed by another team of Shadowrunners. So that's about where I am in Dead Man Switch. But yeah, if you get Shadowrun Returns, which you should, Nightmare Harvest, get it. It's fantastic. And that's what I've been spending a lot of my time in, is playing Shadowrun Returns. And I'm still working on a module of my own. I kind of went back to the drawing board on a few things, because a few things in the editor were changed. And I also did not like the way, like, I was kind of like using it to like learn the editor a bit and like poking around, but now I kind of want to like attack it in a more planned fashion, sort of like think through what's going to happen and like make a proper introduction and what have you, and like explain where you are at why you are where you are when the story kicks in proper. Because as is normal for Shadowrun, things usually kick off after a run gone south. That seems to be like a pattern in Shadowrun, especially in Shadowrun Returns, especially for user modules. So, yeah. Anyways, so that's been going on. I've also been playing Armored Core Verdict Day, which is Dark Souls with mechs. It's incredibly difficult, but it's a fantastic game. And I have made the decision that I'm going to do playthroughs of 5 and Verdict Day this year. That's a goal I've set for myself. Like this year, I'm going to do Armored Core 5 and Armored Core Verdict Day because I think they're fantastic and they haven't gotten nearly as much love as they should. Finally, something else has happened, and you can probably tell from the picture on the video, is I've been approached by TGN to be a content producer for TGN. Basically, a content producer is my channel is affiliated with TGN. I make videos for TGN, and TGN gets a cut. And if I monetize my videos, TGN gets a cut of that. I think it's a 40% cut. Yeah. But I think it's a 40% cut if you're using Catalyst, which is their sort of proprietary stat tracking software, which I have heard criticism about. I've also heard criticism about TGN, and this is something that came up in my mails with them. I've kind of exchanged messages with somebody, the head of content acquisition at TGN. And I talked to him. I've had my eye. I've watched stuff on TGN. I've known about them, and I've entertained the notion of joining a network once or twice, just as a sort of extra means of income, So, because I got like 2,600 like YouTube videos on my account, so there's probably a lot of stuff I can monetize there, and I haven't been monetizing so far because of like the bananas stuff that always seems to be happening in all the drama on YouTube. And I brought the criticisms that I had heard to him, and there seems to be a fair amount of drama because there's some competing networks. So apparently there's lots of misinformation being passed between these networks about each other. So there seems to be a fair amount of drama going on, and I'm a very no drama sort of person. I know that like something happens in a game and I'm like, fuck it, but like when it comes to like interpersonal stuff, when it comes to like, when it comes to like just normal day-to-day behavior, I'm a very no drama person. Some people like drama, I do not. But like I'm the sort of person, if I have something to say, I just go out and say it. I don't like mess around. I don't like blunt. I don't just like throw it out there like some blunt asshole. But I don't like. I tend to not beat around the bush in person very much. So yeah. So there does seem to be quite a bit of drama, but this also might be an opportunity for me to do something that I tried to do a long time ago. People who have been watching my videos for a long time probably remember I used to have a website called BlastFox, and what I tried to do then was I tried to have I didn't want ads on the videos because I didn't want to annoy people because I hate that shit. But I had Project Wonderful ads on the site, and Project Wonderful is a free ad service. Like you don't have to pay you pay them, but only when you're paid. Like a percentage of the ad revenue you get goes to them. You don't pay for them. You can, and you can use that money to like buy ads and like because how it works, how it would work was people bid on your ad spot depending on your traffic, and people would like bid on that ad spot, and like the winning bid would like pay you for a certain amount of time. And it's not pay per views, it's not pay per clicks, it's pay per views. So you don't necessarily have to get clicked on for you to get that money. It just has to be active on the site for X amount of time and visible by X amount of people for X amount of time. And that's how it works. That seemed to be a really good way to go, and I might do that for my blog spot. For Sci-FiVERSUS, I might do that, especially if I join TGN and that bears fruit. Because the one thing that TGN promises is tons of views, and generally my videos get 300 plus views. Lots of them are stuck at 301, and that might be a way for me to earn some extra income, do some upgrades, buy some games some games that people have been on my ass to play through for years. That might be really beneficial for me. So that's something I'm considering and looking into, like, the drama, because I had not heard about like misinformation being passed about these networks about each other. So I want to take a look at that. But this might be a way that I'm going. So I just wanted to put that out there so that if and when it does happen, people aren't like, "What is this?" So yeah. So I'm pretty awake right now. I've been drinking some caffeine. And I'm doing that because I have a lot of recording to do today. I am knuckling down and getting back to Resident Evil 4. I've intended to get back to Resident Evil 4 for a long time. Shit always comes up, so I am just doing it. I'm going for it. I want to get this monkey off my back so I can do something else. Because that's been sitting there forever, and I've been like, God damn it, I really got to get back to doing RE4. I'm getting back to doing RE4. I'm also getting back to doing Doom 3 today. I'm recording Doom 3, then RE4, because for RE4 I'm going to have to do the whole setup with, like, there's going to be RCA cables strewn across my room, because my consoles and my television are across the room from my PC. That's something else I've got to do. That's another use I'm going to be putting my income to, is streamlining this place, like taking my TV away from there and putting it, like, basically, I have this office desk. I have like a big office desk. I'm going to take my TV and put it on top of that office desk, because who the fuck watches like cable television anymore? There isn't shit on anymore. Like, the only thing I watch it for is like Defiance, Warehouse 13. Like, the only three things are Defiance, Warehouse 13, and Raw, and I can watch two of those on Netflix, basically. So, who the fuck cares? So, anyways, it's just sort of like make this area of my abode just the area where I do all my shit, as far as recording and gaming goes, is kind of what I'm thinking of doing. Also thinking of getting a coffee machine in here, because these rendering sessions get brutal when you're rendering like 45-minute long chunks. Whew. Yeah. But yeah, that's what's going on. That's what is in the future. I don't know when Doom 3 and RE4 will be up. I'm going to try and shoot for this evening for at least Doom 3. RE4 might be tomorrow. That might be a problem. I might try and get RE4 up. Like, I might do a midnight launch of RE4, to be honest, because I am going in for jury duty next week, which is a very lucky thing. That's very great timing. I just started this job and then I get called in for jury duty. That's fantastic. But so I might try and get RE4 up tonight sometime, or like very, very early in the morning, just in case, So, yeah, I'm going to get to that now. And I got a lot of rendering, a lot of editing to do today, and a lot of Peace Walker to play through while doing that rendering and editing. So that's where I basically am. So expect that stuff later. And I am interested in hearing thoughts, opinions, any criticisms, possibly valid criticisms about TGN or some of the other gaming networks. You know, just anything that's verifiable. That's not part of the drama. I'd like to hear. I've watched TGN for a long time. Mostly a fellow named Captain Shack. He has a channel on YouTube called the XP Gamers. He mostly does mod videos. He does occasional Let's Plays, but they're more like 5-part, like Let's Play this mod for a while sort of variety. He also does lore videos for like Fallout and Elder Scrolls and Halo, and I wish him luck with Halo, because Halo's lore and the Halo franchise's history and lore took a butt fucking with Glasslands. So good luck with that, sir. Holy shit. But yes, that's about. Like, I don't know. I don't know if anybody knows of any criticisms that are verifiable. TGN, send me a message, because I'm doing my own research too. But I'd like to hear whatever you find, and we'll see how that goes. Yes, I'm getting to recording now that I'm awake and a little hyper. And I will see you guys later. So later.